Jamie FYD actually reviewed this car for his channel. So we have a broken K-Tech racing splitter, spring wound pulley. Hi guys, and welcome back to another video back on a Driven 24/7 automotive YouTube channel. Behind me we are joined by my brother's modified Clio 182, which is currently running at 194 horsepower. This is actually his second 182. This car has actually previously featured on another YouTuber's channel. Jamie FYD actually reviewed this car for his channel, so I've got second dibs on it. This is my brother's second Clio 182. If you click on the card above, I actually managed to film his first Clio 182. He sold his silver one. When he sold the car, he actually contacted the buyer who bought his silver one, and he wanted to actually buy it back, but the guy was like asking too much of a high price. So then my brother saw this blue one for the same price as what his old one was, so he ended up buying the blue one instead. My brother just told me actually it's another engine put in the car, another standard engine shall I say, because when it had some work done in the past, the cam belt skipped a tooth. They then had to source another engine, but obviously like I said, this engine and the whole car has been quite modified. So my brother's had this car for around 6 months. He hasn't really done anything to it apart from drive it. My brother is a qualified mechanic, so if anything ever does need doing, he can sort it out himself to keep all those labour rates and stuff like that down. Today we're going to talk about the mods. We're going to go for a drive in it. It is pretty fast being a hot hatch. We're going to have some fun in it basically today, so let's show you around the car, talk about the car first, and then we'll get in and my brother will probably scare me a little bit. We both admit here, as we're looking at the car, this isn't the best example of a Clio 182. It's quite funny really, so it needs a bit of love, and it's been that way for a while, but my brother will get around to it. We have a broken K-Tech racing splitter, but that always happens with splitters. My brother believes this car has been lowered on, we think, springs, and he thinks it's been lowered on e-back springs. So the alloys my brother has not been blessed with, as they're too small for the car, but they are wrapped in Michelin tyres. I've got grooved brake discs here on the front, so the wheels are a dirty graphite grey at the moment, but on camera the actual paintwork of the car actually is looking quite clean as it is here in real life. A 2 litre 16 valve on the side. We have a K-Tech Racing, because I think work's been done on this car there with previous owners. Colour coded Driven 24/7 sticker, of course. As we go around the back, we've got this RS Renault badge, and my brother said he bought the car because of the badge. Only joking. This is a 2004 plate. When my brother picked up this car, it had a Yaza Sport exhaust on it, but it was way too loud, so my brother swapped that for a Scorpion exhaust. So that's what we've got on the back at the moment. And obviously with the Clio 182s you always get the twin exits, looking quite mean. We've got the little diddy spoiler on the top as well. Not sure exactly of the colour name, obviously it's a shade of blue. This comparing to my brother's old 182 in silver, my brother just said to me it gets a lot of looks. It's definitely the best colour to go for. It's not a metallic blue, it's just a bright solid blue. It just looks really, really nice. This is a 2004 car, it does need touching up and a bit of paintwork here and there. I mentioned the bodywork, and my brother said there's a reason why the rust is formed where it has. So where people in the past have been jacking this car up incorrectly, it then crushes the sills, the water's got nowhere to drain, so the rust then appears. At the front here we actually have plastic front wings. I can't wait to be driven around in it and a bit scared. Let's look under the bonnet now, I think. Clio 182s from standard from factory should obviously have 182 horsepower. This has been dynoed and is running at 194, so we're just going to go through some of the mods at the moment. So we have a strut brace going along the top, which my brother thinks probably been fitted as a modification. And we have the K-Tech Racing induction kit and obviously the pipe work there. Then we have a solid engine mount as well. And the reason for this type of engine mount is because the engine has been modified, it's been tuned up. With a standard engine mount, the engine would be moving around more, so if you get a solid mount, if you do this mod, it keeps the engine where it should be. We have some nice pipe work, and the engine cover, we have got a pretty engine cover for this in the body colour blue. Because of the big pipes, the engine cover doesn't fit. Under here, lurking, we have the upgraded cams. That is actually quite hot, which is where the horsepower and the power is coming from, those cams. Behind the foggy glass, these are actually xenons. Now, some of the Clio 182s don't come with these. This car does, and hence why we have the headlight washers there to obviously clean the xenon lights. We're working our way onto the interior of this Clio 182. We just have the front electric windows, electric operating mirrors. We have this Alcantara kind of feel, don't know if it's real or not. And then going on to the interior, we have this Renault Sport kick plate. Renault Sport, again, this sort of Alcantara, sort of half leather seats in the front and obviously in the back as well. We're now, as we're sitting in the car, presented with this re-trimmed leather Renault Sport steering wheel. This steering wheel was actually very, very nice. Got the blue stitching in there as well, and the halfway line in the middle. Now this car has actually got the cup pack on it, which means it comes with cruise control, and we also have climate control on this little screen down here. Now my brother just also said it's a common known fault with these cars where the interior plastics all go a bit sticky, and it actually is a bit sticky to touch, so yeah, that's not so great. There's also been in here and changed all the instrument clusters and all the interior lights into like a nice blue again. We have a nice aftermarket radio in here as well. All the nice little blue lights in here just makes it just adds a bit different feel to the interior of the car. Even the clock here is obviously blue as well. These lights being blue instead of orange, as they should have come on the 182s, is definitely a nice little upgrade. We have a nice dolphin shark keyring. All joking aside though, so this car has actually done 137,000 miles, but as previously said, it has had a replacement engine, so the engine is on around 70,000 miles. We have the electronic stability control here, which my brother isn't sure if all 182s come with or not. Maybe you guys might know in the comments below. We also have the cruise control button here, which you have to apparently set that first, and then you've also got the controls for the cruise control on the steering wheel itself. Got an airbag on the front there, safety first one in a hot hatch. It's a nice little place to be. 5-speed manual as well, with the reverse lifting up and up to the top. Also, we have airbags on the seats as well, and my brother said again these cars should have black seat belts, but this has actually got silver. My brother's Clio 182, my brother's obviously here driving, a bit camera shy but he's here, so thanks ads. Just open her up a bit basically. Now obviously this car sounds good from the front and the back. We got obviously the Scorpion exhaust giving the sounds from the back, upgraded cams at the front giving us this power. The 194 horsepower in a 182 Clio. This car, because it's so small and light and fast, it does feel it. Oh, it is still gets you in the ear holes, that exhaust note. Can I just say these, we haven't done any cornering obviously yet, but these seats, yeah, quite padded and comfortable. The Renault Sport seats we have in this Clio 182. Downshift sounds nice.
Popping a lot now.
Yeah, it is now. I didn't realise it did all that popping. She called is good. Oh, induction exhaust, yeah.
Proper
so
induction, or is that deep throat?
Yeah, wowzers. Downshift sounds nice as well. Robbers say when it goes over 5,000 revs, RPM, whatever you want to call it, the phaser pulley kicks in, and that sort of top end of the revs is where it really wants to be revved. It wants to go into that area.
fitted phaser pulley is a spring wound pulley.
Spring wound pulley?
Yeah.
Spring wound pulley.
And then when it gets a certain amount of revs, it will then spin the crankshaft quicker, which in turn spins the engine.
Oh, that's interesting. It does push you back in the seat as a passenger.
Look at that.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, so she corners quite well as well. We did a couple of corners there, not many, but yeah, you get the idea. Behind the wheel of my brother's 182 Clio, he's just informed me he thinks it's got a racing clutch. Jeez, your brakes are alright, no? These brakes are good, man. Look at that. That's just a normal little, that's a centre fourth, nothing major. But even as a driver, you do feel how quick it is in the driver's seat as well.
Yeah, get it to about at least 6,000 RPM.
I might just go down here and turn around a minute.
Yeah, get it to at least 6,000 RPM, then you'll feel that the phaser
Your
pulley.
brakes are really good.
Yeah, you've got to go to at least, it's got to be over 5,000 RPM, otherwise the phaser pulley won't kick in. You'll feel the power I'm on about then.
Oh yeah. That'll do me. Yeah, as soon as you get into that magic rev range, it feels different, doesn't it? But although it's been lowered, the car still feels alright to drive around, you know, country lanes or around town. So I'm now back at home. We have the Clio 182 on the driveway for a moment while we just wrap up this video. A big thank you to my brother for taking me out in his 182. Now I have the Mercedes and now I'm sure to drive other vehicles, so it was nice just for me to get behind the wheel. I didn't do a lot of driving, as you would have saw. To be a passenger in this car is definitely an experience. It's definitely fun. It's a good all-rounder. It sounds good from the front and the back, like I said in this video. Big thanks to my brother, and if you've enjoyed this video, then let me know. Let me know your thoughts on this Clio 182 in the comments below, and if you want to see me review or film, shall I say, other cars. I don't know if I'm a reviewer, but if you want to see me film more different cars on the channel, then also let me know. And yeah, thanks to my brother, and I'll see you in another video. Hope you like this one.